Y'all can hear me?
We can hear you straight.
Yeah.
I had some little complications trying to figure this thing out.
No, you
All
good,
right.
man. You look like you're in the Maybach or something. What's that above your head?
Yeah.
With the
I'm in the
stars.
studio, man, at the crib.
Hey.
What is this? What is this above your head? What is that?
That's the
I got
ceiling.
some panels I put in to make it look like we out of space.
Wow, that's dope.
I actually got LEDs in there that change colors. I just got them off.
Yeah.
Woo! Light flex.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Great start, man. Y'all ready to start?
Yeah, we good. We aging the same. Niggas' beards never gonna connect
Hey, come on, man. We not gonna talk about that, Trey. Come on,
up
man.
in this area.
We supposed to be friends, Trey.
We is united. We going through this together, nigga.
We're all in this together.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something crazy, Trey. I just finally got a haircut. I've been 9 weeks in the house quarantined doing the show. So Friday I just got a haircut. I couldn't take it no more.
Bro, that's crazy. I just cut my hair like 3 days ago.
You know how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was a barber, like in high school.
Wow. Trey
See?
Songz the barber?
See?
That ass.
I just
You
learned
get
something.
quarantined, them
Like
skills come
everybody
back
used to
out.
The prom, all that. Like,
Gotcha.
where I'm from, like the barbershop, a big part of culture too. So I was proud to be a barber.
You and D were from the same place.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Richmond, but I went to Virginia State, so I know exactly
Right.
what he's talking
So
about.
you spent your share of time at the crib.
Around the way. Around the
right.
way.
Stay up out them streets, girl.
Okay. I'm missing home right now. I'm missing Croker Spot.
Come on now. Come on
Mama
now.
Days.
With the
Come on now, Mama
cornbread.
J's, Croker Spot.
I'm missing all that right now. Ain't no place like home food. How is everything now? Everyone is loving seeing you in a new father role. I'm a new mom, so I just know.
Oh wow, how old is your baby?
8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
amazing, right?
It's
I mean, of course, it's
amazing.
different as a mother, like having birthed a child, but like the
Yeah.
experience, like of just looking at somebody and knowing that they depend on you and knowing that you gotta be there for them and just the undeniable love that's in that bond. Like, you know,
Yeah.
especially having been in the music industry for so long and having dealt with just, you know, not even to say fake love, just the politics that you have to, you know how to maneuver, you know, people that are your friends for certain reasons and certain things. As you excel, you know, when you get home and you look at your baby, it's like,
Woo. I was
you
kind
could
of
just
like,
bear all, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Tell you something, Trey. I said this before. I said you never know how much you can love a person until you have a child. Like you love your mom, your dad, your husband, wife, and your siblings, but when you have a child, and I got two. Like I got a son and a daughter. So my daughter's
Yeah.
7, my son is 12. It's a different type of love.
It's crazy, man. Like, and I've been like a father figure to like all the younger people in my family, being that, you know, I'm one of the first grandbabies
Right.
of my grandmother, you know, so like my little cousins, my little brothers, like we didn't really have male figures around a lot. Like my grandfather was one of my strongest male figures and he recently just passed.
Oh,
So
sorry, bro.
for me, thank you, bro. So for me, just having the whole year before, I took it in the retrospect, like the whole year before, the first Father's Day I ever spent with my father was the first one I spent with my son.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And my grandfather was there as well. And being that he passed before that next Father's Day would come around. Just the meaning and importance of life and love and family has always been strong to me. But having a child made it that much stronger. And furthermore, just times like these just made real connections and real bonds. And just made my presence and awareness of self a little bit different.
How old is your
Absolutely.
son now?
What'd you say, baby?
How old is your son?
He's a year. He's a year. He's a year and 420. He'd be 13 months on the 20th.
He's
Had
still
the Wild Ones. I think it was the Wild Ones birthday party, right?
Yeah, he had the Wild
that
One
was
birthday
dope.
party.
I'm over here already, new mom, trying to think of ideas like, what we gonna do for our 1 year?
Man,
And I don't know
listen,
what it's gonna look like.
we had a whole party planned out like the week before. Me and Noah's mom, we actually looking at venues. We like, man, we're gonna invite this person, that person, and boom. That just show, man, the world can change in a second.
Facts.
And like this is my first time actually doing Zoom myself, but we had one set up obviously for his birthday party. And it's just dope to see how people coming together even when they so far apart. But Hopefully you got some people at your birthday party when your baby turn 1.
Hopefully. I don't know. Look, we just come on to Richmond, have a little cookout.
What you gonna do? We got space in the yard.
You know how we do.
Y'all are new parents because he still says 13 months and 8 months. Like after about 2 years old, you stop with the months. You just
no, for sure. I'm just doing that for y'all, for you. You are already parent. You've been through that.
So of course, like with your writing, I'm sure you're in the studio a lot. And now you're a new father. How's that affecting your writing and or even your whole getting in the zone part?
Musically, it's been a transition within itself. But even before having had Noah, just looking at the landscape of music and just when I think of music that I want to play around him, I'd be playing like Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross and like Michael Jackson and like classic stuff that I grew up listening to. And it's amazing. Like I think, and I'm gonna jump around a little bit, but just even thinking to like Jill Scott and Erykah Badu just haven't had their live. And like now they're R&B, they got 6 albums in the top 20. You know what I mean? Because it's the awareness that's brought to it. I feel that, because I grew up on that music too. I feel that that's missing from mainstream music. I feel like we won in the sense that hip hop is so strong. Facts. You know what I mean? Because there was such a fight for hip hop to be accepted in the first place, and now it's the main dominant genre. So we definitely won. But I think, and it was dope because even when I was off Instagram, a lot of people were sending me, Young Ma had said that we needed R&B to balance out the hip hop. And I had always felt like that. And when people start hitting me about it, I realized, because a lot of times, no matter what you've done musically, no matter what you mean to culture, you get in your head and you're just a person. So a lot of people was hitting me about that. And it's like, everybody's saying we need R&B, this and that. And I've been in the studio, like this is where I be at. Like, no matter if y'all think I'm working on an album or if people are asking if I'm working on this or that, it's always music being made because that's one of my releases. Like that's something I do. Just something I love to do, regardless if you hear it or not. If I do it, I just come down. That's why it's a full-blown studio in my crib. You know what I mean?
As you should.
So with that being said, my approach to music has been kind of restoring a feeling of the joy and what it did for me before I was a musician. Because I think there's a difference between the person you are as a fan of music and then when you have fans. Like you start to look at music differently. You start to see the business equations. You start to, like, it's so many different things that become involved once you become a artist that sells music. You're a business item. You're a business model now. So I tried to strip that thought process in the making of my music and just make music that I love, make music that I love to listen to, make music that made people feel versus thinking about, well, we need a club record now. We need a ballad record. We need a sex record. We need a, you know what I mean? Because those things are real things in the making of an album and in the branding of an artist and the branding of a career. But, go ahead.
But you're known for, and of course you've made different, so many different R&B styles. But when I think of like the Trey Songz and the Invented Sex and the, Last Time, are we not getting any more of those records now as you're a dad? Are you getting away from the whole sex lane?
I think that would be I would be making music to a default. Like that would make no sense.
Not at all. Making sure, right?
See, we hear you sing about sex. We love it. We love sex.
My thing is, the thing about that though that's so funny is if you look at the timeline of Trey Songz making music, and there's been a timeline of we need the soul. He sings about sex. He sings too much about sex. So all of that again goes into the equation. That's one of the things that I'm letting loose.
Keep the sex coming, right?
You know what I mean? Just no, for sure. I never stopped, did I? I ended up with a baby, man.
Right. I do understand what you're saying though, and that's why I appreciate the video for Back Home, because like you said, a lot of those oldies that we grew up to, every time we hear it, it's the nostalgia that we get from it. Like, oh, I remember this, I remember that. And we're all gonna remember this crazy time when we were quarantined and stuck in the house, and who made a time capsule for us to be able to rely on, which is the Back Home video. I think that's really dope. That you were able to do that.
Thank you. I also think that while we experiencing this, like it's important to make music that's gonna cut through, that's gonna, you know, like and I was on live like a week and a half ago, and I was playing like the Mary J. Blige "I'm Going Down" record, which is actually a song that she sang over, which eventually became the sample for "Oh Boy," which became sample for this.
Right.
But that song is full of pain, it's full of hurt, but people feel so good when they sing it. Because music is expression of so many different things, whether it need to be the love that you need to feel, the tears that you need to cry, the sexual awareness that you want to have about your body and yourself, or what you need to do to highlight your experiences with your lover. Like, I think music, and Beyonce said this too, I was watching, Moo actually sent me this, that Timbo had posted, that people not making music like that anymore.
Yeah.
And, that felt good, just hearing the reassurance of her, like somebody who's steadfast, making amazing albums and still going up and up and up.
Do you think that people are scared to be vulnerable, or what is, you know, in their lyrics?
Most definitely. It was so hard for me to even think about releasing a video for the Back Home video that I actually shared personally. But I know that, as I said, like, you begin to, the older and the more mature I get, and the longer I've been in it, I realized like so many things that I do and give of myself are to help other people.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, cause quick, you know me the whole time. Like, I keep what I need to keep to myself, and I say what I need to say.
I know you from Trey Songz with the braids to Trey Songz now.
That's what I'm saying.
So, the real kind.
With that being said, it's like, man, I'm gonna let down a little of my guard, because it's hard to do that, but in doing so, you help other people do it. And I feel like in a society where it is negativity over positivity, and, you know, tear each other apart as fast as we can, raise somebody up to pull them down, it's important to just stand tall in who you are and what it is that you mean to bring to the world. Right. And what I'm bringing now is just good music, good vibes, good energy, man. And like, for real, it's the music that my mama used to wash the dishes to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that Sunday music with the house smell like pine saw, you know what I mean? Where you got them good jams that make you want to dance, and you got them love making joints. Like, I'm for real having a good time with the music that we've been making.
Real quick, Trey Songz. Earlier, you brought up, of course, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, which was absolutely amazing for the culture of music, and for the culture of just, I think, Blacks in general, with all we've been through in life.
But just to see two
Black
women
with the Verzuz being
love like
right
that
now.
So, my bad.
But with the whole Verzuz series being popular right now, if Trey Songz was open to battle somebody, who would you battle, song for song?
I think if I was even open to it, being a part of an experience like that, it would be more so what Jill and Erykah did, because I didn't feel like they was battling.
No, it was a celebration.
I feel like they
were
was
graceful.
Yeah, it was celebrating one another. Like, it was so dope just to see them uplift one another. I think just to anything I did would be in the experience and in the movement of just uplifting somebody else. I don't want to battle nobody, because I feel like my whole career I've been in competition with myself.
Right, but who would you uplift? If you could uplift somebody, who would it be right now? If for our purposes.
For y'all purposes, I would let y'all keep y'all imagination flowing.
You know what I say? I say we make it about VA and how VA breeds legends, and we can just do Chris and Trey. It could just be a big VA party. Just remind these niggas.
He's sipping his tea. Hold on. He's sipping his tea.
He going crazy. And remind these niggas.
Let them know. Without VA, a lot of this stuff in music wouldn't even be popping off right now.
Hey, man, you said it, man. You said it, man. I'm just here, man. I'm flying on the wall.
I think we got an exclusive. Hey, Moo, I think we got an exclusive coming to the battle. Chris Brown celebrates with Trey Songz. It's not a battle. It's not a versus. He's drinking his tea right now.
Who stamped that quick? Don't go crazy now. Don't let me pull you up.
Right. All right. Well, we do something on the show. We do something on the show called A question for the culture. Questions for the culture. So, especially with you being a new dad at all, some of these you might need to know. Okay, so let's just play a little game. Okay, very simple.
Mhm.
For an example, according to the culture, which flavor is the #1 Kool-Aid favorite? Which flavor
Red.
Kool-Aid? The culture says. You said red.
Red.
The culture says you're absolutely correct. Red is not a flavor, but it is the #1 flavor. It is
Yeah,
actually
for
a color.
sure.
That's
Red.
absolutely correct. All right. According to the culture, in order to eat at McDonald's, you must have McDonald's what?
Hold up, what?
According to the
I
culture,
ate at McDonald's in a minute.
in order to eat at McDonald's, you must have McDonald's what?
McDonald's money.
The McDonald's
Absolutely.
money. Absolutely correct. McDonald's money is the only money allowed at
Yeah.
McDonald's, and
That
that's
goes
what you're.
McDonald's money. That goes Shoney's money. That
Yep.
goes.
And you just say we got food at home.
We got some fish sticks in the freezer.
It's spaghetti in there.
Hey, we all heard that Trey coming up, man. For real.
I can make them.
Come on,
burgers.
man. Boy, I got some syrup in there and some bread. You better put something together.
Put some water on that damn.
Come on,
All right.
man.
According to the culture, this can run grandma's light bill up.
Keeping all them lights on.
Or
And
Run grandma light bill up. Don't you gonna fucking run grandma light bill up?
come on, Trey. You know
TV? Leaving the TV on at night?
leaving the TV on. Actually, in fact, doing everything at grandma's house runs grandma's light bill up. Flushing the toilet, running in and out that
running
damn
in and
house.
out the house, man.
Opening
Running in
the
and out the house, letting that
refrigerator.
good air out.
All of that, in fact, runs grandma's light bill up. Congratulations, you won a question for the culture. Thank you so much. You're gonna do
That
great
last
there.
one was funny.
That's real, man. Hey, everybody heard that, man. You running up my good light bill. You letting that good air. What is good
Letting
air?
that good air out, man. Y'all gonna stay y'all ass in or out. Y'all
I
keep
can't
running
wait
in and
to
out my house.
say all of those things to my kid. I'm writing them down.
Come on now. Don't let the kids in that fridge with dirty hands either now. Especially
Nope.
now.
Can't do it, man. Well, we're so looking forward to hearing the new music for real.
Mhm.
Nah, it's dope. I'm excited. I got a lot of dope stuff. I don't even know what's going on the project yet, when it's coming and nothing. I just felt that like back home it was a record I recorded so long ago, and we had so many different visions for what it was about to be. I literally was about to do a video, had an album photo shoot that we was about to put in the bag, all that, and like literally that week everything was shut down, and a lot of people were stressed out, and a lot of people, but I just looked at it as a sign, you know, just to reset, just sit back, think about what's important in life. And like instead of the video that we would have had, the video we ended up with is the time capsule, which I love. Just a lot of my, shout out to all my friends too that stepped up and was in the video, my friends and family. A lot of those extended family members in the video are actually fans that's been down with me from like day one.
Trey's Angels.
Yeah, they there. Like my niece, Moo daughter in there. Like it's really family in there, so it's dope to look at.
Hey, how'd you link up with Summer Walker for this track, man?
Summer and I actually, she would post on her Instagram like songs that she liked them on, and I would just retweet it. This is like I didn't even know her like that, but I knew she was like dope. And of course, I know London, and they were in a relationship. So I reached out. I was like, London, man, I think she'll sound dope on this record. And within a couple of days, they sent it back, and it was fire. But funny story about Summer Walker. Actually, a lot of people don't know. Actually, nobody knows. I got this app in my phone that I like store music in, unreleased music, and everything from like people sending me songs that they'd like me to listen to or like me to cut or feature on, etc. So I had this song that I would listen to, and I forgot who sent it to me. So it's like 2 years I'm listening to this girl singing this song, the Girls Need Love song.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I text Moo, I said, do you know who sent us this song? He said, oh. I text every producer that I know personally, like, do you know who is singing this song? I love this girl. I want to sign this girl. And then like 2 years later, after all that, like Summer Walker comes out with Girl Need Love.
And you had it in your phone.
I had it in my phone. I would listen to it. I play it for my friends. I'm like, yo, this song, play it for my homegirls. Like, yo, listen to this song. Listen to what she's saying. It's dope.
Right.
And then it came out. I was like, oh, that's her. I still don't know how I got it to this day.
Well, everything
That's
happens for a
crazy.
reason, man. I'm glad that y'all kind of resurfaced, and now back home, of course.
Crazy.
Feature Summer Walker, killing the airways, man. Everybody continue streaming that. Let's get my guy to #1, man. Download it, all that, man. Support my guy. You've been one of our good friends, and I love the Diva said this because y'all are from kind of the same area. But one thing about Trey Songz, we've never had like a artist DJ relationship. It's been love like brotherhood.
Right. You my boy. You already know. We pull up, we joking on each other.
We check on each other, we text each other, like it's always like real love with us. And I always
like,
say
we done have real little quarrels and little bicker and beef and shit.
Family.
That's how you know when it's real for real, like when everything not on the up and up all the time. Like you
my favorite Trey Songz song to this day, and I've told you this before, is For the Last Time.
Mm-hmm.
Like last time, I don't know why.
You would.
Quick will drop that joint in the club on your head.
Funny story, Trey Songz. Me and my wife, Ashley, we do this thing called Quick and Ash After Dark every Wednesday, where I DJ on my live and I play all slow jams, right?
Right.
It actually started because maybe like 4 weeks ago, I was in my studio. I'm in the studio now, and I was playing your record last time. So my wife, Ash, comes in, and I said, baby, I know the message in this song isn't the best, but like this record is just this one of them songs that you can't help but to love the record. And my wife, Ashley, says, baby, I love this song. And I said, that's crazy, because I would think as a wife, you wouldn't like
you wouldn't want me to
listen
to
actually, I don't like
but that's how we started. So we actually went live that night, and we played that record over and over again on my live. And people were commenting like, I love this Trey Songz record. And then from that's how the whole Quick and Ash After Dark quarantine special happened, because of that record.
That's fire story.
Do you have a favorite album of yours that's your own favorite? Can you even pick? Because with Quick bringing up favorite, I'm like, how can you pick? But
last time was
can you pick your own?
If I actually picked a favorite out, it probably wouldn't be an album. It'd probably be like Anticipation 2. That's probably my favorite body of work.
Yeah,
I love all my albums, and they mean different things to me. But just to touch on what we said earlier, for me early on in my career, and as I found out that strategy worked, I would put out music. Like Quick, I have a remix to every song, any song that was on the radio, and then I'll put a mixtape out, rapping. I'll put a mixtape out with all
Love You and Chris mixtape.
You know what I mean? So for me, back when all that mattered was getting on the charts, all that mattered was like cutting through mainstream. To the powers that be, as well as myself, because I did want to be a mainstream artist. But what was more important to me, of course, was like putting out music that I love. So I would counter Trey Day, which was a body of work that I love, but was more for commercial purposes. So I would counter that with Anticipation 1 coming after it, or in between Trigger and whatever else, whom it may concern. It was always important. Now you got these avenues where you could just put music out directly, no matter what. So everything's viewed as an album. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
maybe just like projects now.
Yeah, it's just
whatever project. My favorite one is Ready, because you know why? You can start it at the top. The only time you gotta stop doing what you're doing is when LOL smiley face come on, get you a little something drink, and you proceed back to the bed.
Get right back to it, man.
I was like, whoa, that album got me in trouble getting my car towed over on River Road. I ain't lying.
Not on River Road. He's out there getting active, man.
Hey, she was outside, Trey. She was outside.
Literally.
What you know about River Road? Get your car towed, bro. I'm hurt.
I said on River Road, man.
Hey, Trey, I'll tell you one of my favorite moments is that I remember, I think it was Howard Homecoming. I can't remember what year it was. Moo, you was there, but we were at Park. And you was hosting Park, and I was DJing for Howard Homecoming. Chris was there, and I think this is right when y'all dropped that mixtape. And we went song for song, like y'all, like it was like it wasn't bad, but like it was like a party, but y'all end up performing. You remember that?
We rocked for like
an hour,
minutes, like an hour, like song for song, back to back.
Right.
IG Live battle.
But like, hey, you're definitely legendary, man. I don't use that word loosely. And I'm not just saying that because we're friends, man. You withstand the test of time. A lot of artists came out 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and they're not even relevant anymore. But for Trey Songz to come out of Virginia, over a decade ago and still be on the top of your game of all you've been through, personally and in the business. You're still one of the greats, man. You can't mention top R&B artists of this time in my eyes and not at least have Trey Songz in your top something. So you definitely earned your way there, my brother.
I appreciate that, my boy. That mean a lot coming from you. You already know.
No, you family, man.
VA only breeds legends, so we not surprised over here.
Come on. I think you on tour just to stand behind me and say no shit.
They already know.
We not take you on tour, have you right here. Like, what you think?
Okay.
Right. So real quick, I don't know how much time we got, Trey, but it's one more quick game we're gonna play with you. We call this game Think Quick. So it's very simple. After this, we're done. So I know you got to get back to the studio making some hits. But on this game, it's a very simple game. What happens is Diva gives you a word. Once she gives you a word, you have to sing the first song that comes to mind, as long as that word is anywhere in the lyrics. So it doesn't have to be the song title, but as long as that word is anywhere in the lyrics, you can sing just a part of that song. Cool?
All right.
If you get 3 in a row, I'm sending you and Moo a gift from Quicksilver.
All right. 5 seconds. 5 seconds on the clock. Your first word is love.
Making love faces.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Okay, I'll take it. All right. Second word, 5 seconds on the clock. Quick. Your word is legs.
Legs? Hold on, give me another one.
Panty.
This right here's a penny dropper. Whoa!
All right, man. We got one more. Last word.
The last word is bad.
What is it?
Bad.
It's bad? Hey,
Trey Songz. Hey,
congratulations.
My brother, thank you so much for tuning in, of course, and chiming in, man. Of course, plug this single one more time, man.
Hey, you know what it is. It's Trey Songz, my new single, Back Home, featuring Summer Walker. Got a couple samples in there. You already know, New Edition. Cameron, old boy, got them drugs in there. Make it feel good, baby. Oh, baby.
Hey, Trey, keep up the great work.
We love you, Trey.
I love y'all too, Diva. I'm serious, man. I'm gonna need you guys.
All right, I'm ready.
Nigga, step up.
Come on. I'm the cheer squad. Let's do it.
Quick, I love you, boy. Y'all be safe, okay?
Hey, congratulations on the baby, man.
Thanks, bro.
All right, bro.
Baby Noah. All right, Moo. Y'all take care. Bye.